Right to buy outside of London. I've done a video about right to buy in London, but I wanted to do a video about right to buy outside of London. Now, first, when you're a right to buy, how to make sure you're eligible is you need to have been a council tenant for more than 3 years. Now, you can have gaps in between, i.e. it doesn't need to be consecutive, but you have needed to have a total of 3 years. And then we'll be talking about the calculator later, but obviously the more years that you're a council tenant, the more of a deposit, i.e. discount, you can get. Now, my name's Manda and I am the mortgage coach. I combine financial coaching with mortgage education. I've done tons of right to buy and I just really think it's great because everybody deserves a right to own their own home, and having the right to buy gives you that right. You may not want to take it up once you've done the calculations and made your decisions, but it really is a good opportunity for you to actually get some of that money back. So all of that rent, I always see renting as paying someone else's mortgage. All that rent that you've been paying in, you're actually going to get back as a discount. So I think that's great news. Now, the second thing I wanted to talk about is the discount. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please should share and subscribe and give us a thumbs up, liking it. Now, the discount as of April 2024, it's a bit later in the year, but as of April 2024, they review it every April. The discount is 102,400. Now, the best way to explain this is, say you were buying a property for 200,000, then how you would do it is when you're applying for the mortgage, and obviously someone like myself will be able to do it for you, but if you and that is probably the best way, because not all lenders will lend to right to buy. So I know a lot of first-time buyers just prefer to get mortgages with the bank that they bank with. They think that's the best way, but to be honest, it's always good to get a mortgage advisor because they have whole of market, which means they have access to so many different lenders that have so many different criteria. And because of the different criteria, some will lend you more than others and things like that, and some will lend you right to buy and some won't. Now, when you're looking at a property, say, for example, you find a property and when it gets valued by the council, and it's the council that value it, they value it at 200,000. And then you go on the calculator, you put in your postcode and all that information, and I will tell you what you need a little bit later on, and it works out that you can get the maximum discount for being outside London. That's 102,400, which means you can get you need to get a mortgage of 97,600. Now, once you apply for that, the way it works is you put in the purchase price, which is the market value price, what the council has valued it at. So in this example, it's 200,000. Then they ask you for your deposit. You can put in 102,400, which is a great deposit, and then which is also the discount. So it's not physical cash that you've saved up, but it is the deposit. So that is seen as it is the discount, so that is seen as the deposit. It's kind of interchangeable at this point. And then as long as you've got the affordability for the 97,600, then you can put forward a mortgage application. Now, the first thing you will need to do, so let's rewind a little bit. The first thing you'll need to do is, one, I would say go see a mortgage advisor, and after you've spoken to the council and said roughly how much is it worth, how much discount you think I'll have, and use the calculator, which I'll explain a little bit later, and then see a mortgage advisor and see if it's affordable. And then you can start making that application. So you go to the council, you do a right to buy application. They'll send you an offer back. It is the form is a section 125 and or an S125, and within that it will say what they think the purchase price is, what your discount is, and then obviously from there you can work out what mortgage you need. So like in the example I gave before. Then when you're actually using the calculator to work out your discount, the things that you need to consider is, one, what type of property is it? So is it a terraced? which is when the properties are all next to each other, which is a house, or is it a semi-detached when also a house, but they only touch on one side? So you've got like a gap, then a house right next to it, and then a gap on the other side. That is a semi-detached. So, and then you've got a detached. A detached, it isn't touching any other houses, it's on its standalone. A semi-detached obviously is just touching one house, so it's semi. And then the final type of property they consider as a flat or masonette. Now a masonette is normally half of a house, and a flat is a flat. Now, depending on which one it is, will depend on what discount you're offered, and then also how many years that you have had that tenancy will also contribute. So when you're looking at the calculator, what you need to know is the years you've had the tenancy, and as I said, they don't have to be consecutive. So you just add them all up, all the years of your tenancy, and then ask, you know, if they agree with that figure. And then you put the type of property, and we've gone through those, terraced, semi-detached, detached, flat or masonette. Then you put in your postcode, and then obviously that determines whether you're outside of London or in London, and there's two different discount ranges there. And then what is the estimated value of the property? You need to ring the council and get an idea from this, or sometimes they won't be able to tell you until they come around and value the property. Now, when you're looking at discount between houses and flats, they do vary. So discount for houses start at 35% and go up to normally a maximum of 70%. And the discount for flats are 50%, and they continue to go up and max out at the maximum limit that we've spoken about. So once you've got all of that information and you know, then obviously you make the decision. But first you do the application, so that's the section 125. Then the next thing you do obviously is the mortgage application, and then you go from there. A mortgage advisor is a great person to give you information. A right to buy agent is also really, really useful, and they work within your council. If you've got any questions, please put them in the comments. I've got tons of videos about this, so please check out the rest of the videos, right to buy videos, in my Mortgages and Money Matters web YouTube channel. And also it would be great if you could share this video with other people that might have use. It's amazing how much of a small amount of people take up this right to buy. And I know there are pros and cons, and sort of some of the negatives are things like service charge and the repairs that you are that you do have to start paying for once you own the property. And if you want a video about the hidden costs of right to buy, then I'll be more than happy to do that as well. So thank you so much for your time. My name is Manda. I'm the mortgage coach. I combine financial coaching with mortgage advice. I hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said, please subscribe, share, and I'd love your support so I can educate more people and pass on the word. So thanks very much.